Niggas know what's going on. This is social fucking extortion. Play with that chicken, get your head, but why niggas take that chicken outside? This shit ain't real outside. You fuck them two niggas out here. Niggas know what's going on. Extortion. Extortion shit. Sweat money, get your head, but you know, whole other thing. Shots.
That nigga knew his time was ticking, so he gave up that paper. Still spin through with a Glock and a laser. Tell Nate Hell play the bop with the bank. Tryna knuckle up, catch a buck from the razor. Niggas say he tough, get him touched out of anger. And my shooter don't bluff, he amazing. Only no shoot, too clutch, no patience. Tryna do stuff like us, too basic. Streets got real, now I'm fighting 2 cases. Niggas ain't real to me, they might square law me. Leave a nigga rotting in the basement. These niggas getting shook up in the station. Say he the realest nigga in the nation. They ain't start talking to the people fucking with them niggas that be taking down the statement. I like my money blue, so I'm racist. Different fits for cages. They got me dripping, splashing like a Navy. Poppin' rose case. Yeah, I spent 22 on a new fit. Got my jewelry on, got a new grip. Got her in the thongs, make her cooch drip. She like, baby, keep talking that smooth shit. Like, and we still dream teaming. Nickel need a DE and headshot from the green beaming. I ain't heard it, I ain't seen him. DOA heard the feds can't ID him. Whole lot of shots fired. Heard his man survived, they had to IV him. Fucking tell him spin back. Cause I be with lifters, scooters. Like, if I tell Rex maneuver, he gon' execute him. Tell JJ shoot him. Like, tell Ruger grab that ruler. Like, these niggas now jumping off the porch. Playing with fire that can get them torched. I really put the rulers on the court. This is my desire, ain't no remorse. Smoking that designer weed got me forced. Tell him if you want the keys, then it calls. Ray Billy truck, probably do the porch. Yeah, lay slide, make yourself a board. I be with lifters, scooters. Like, tell JJ shooter, like, tell Ruger grab that ruler, like, these niggas now jumping off the porch. Like, look, playing with fire that can get them torched,
like. Google Career Certificate. In-demand job.
Your wife had the jail going crazy like that last night,
They was on.
Hey, yo, word watch that shit stop coming on, nigga.
Hey, yo, Eli, what the fuck?
Move, bitch.
Get out the way.
Get from over here jacking that woo shit. You stupid.
Are you dumb?
Niggas flying, so I watch they movements. I'm 2'6". I be rapping, but it ain't just music. Messing Queasy, then I'ma just lose it. I can't mention them niggas, I'm too lit. Twin bucks, so I'm working with 2 chops. I might just go spin a few blocks. I might just go send a few shots. They sick, be giving out flu shots. Trying to take my life, but it come with 100. Y'all know how drink ain't coming. I was that nigga just asking for waves. Till I ran me up a honey, sweet. 2'6", we know for the geek. Really too known in the streets. So I gotta stay around bleach. Never been an internet thug. Niggas die for a little bit of buzz. They hate showing a little bit of love. Gotta move millions, only a little bit of buzz. I ain't a breed that's dying. Niggas get on the internet lying. I see you posting low packs. That's something small to a giant. Free my boys fighting violence. Boo number 1, stay silent. I see a whole bunch of game, but look around, tell me who's riding. Cut different, you cannot deny it. She threw me the pussy, denied it. I like to drip high fashion. Whatever you wearing is not it. Really just focused on rapping. But trust me, I'm with all the nonsense. Y'all not promoting no violence. Niggas know I'm 0 tolerance. It be them niggas that's hollering. Get hit and do all that hollering. Fuck a little Instagram following. I wanna feel, gotta follow in. Might see me with KG or V-Benz. They know for bringing them dollars in. Smoking was never a thing for me. But fuck about pass me the Donovan. Both of them pull us like Donovan. You lacking and coded like Donovan. Now watch them take off like Donovan. Fuck all the ops, is a lot of them. Niggas be acting big and bold. Go take that courage up out of them. How many times I got booked, I never told. They like, why we can't get shit up out of them? Move, bitch.
Get out the way.
Get from over here jacking that woo shit. You stupid.
Are you dumb?
Niggas flying, so I watch they movements. I'm 2'6". I be rapping, but it ain't just music. Mention Queasy, then I'ma just lose it. I can't mention them niggas, I'm too lit. Twin bucks, so I'm working with 2 chops. I might just go spin a few blocks. I might just go send a few shots. They sick, be giving out flu shots. Y'all niggas thought it was gon' drop. Lil' Brody just caught another op. And I just took it on a high. Keep thinking these cities is some props. I'm nice, bitches give me props. I'm like that, put that on my pops. Trench.
And I don't fear nobody. Gang with me and we spinning, no, we ain't finna spare nobody. Don't complain on the way I'm living, you ain't helping me make no profit. Do not say that you be with killers, cause you ain't finna face nobody. You better know that we all about it. I want the pocket smoking on gelati. In the hills I'm told cause they might creep. And them killers with me moving slimy.
Sit back. Further.
You should know he bro. He a fucking white boy.
Got that good feeling in my stomach. Yeah, I'm going 100 miles and running. Yeah, run up a 7, but I ain't running. Yeah, got that good feeling in my stomach. Yeah, I think I feel a reaper coming. Yeah, these niggas knowing how I'm coming. Yeah, these bitches knowing how I'm bumming. Yeah, fuck every bitch I ever want. Yeah, I'll go and get it if I want. Yeah, I'll go and get it if I want. Yeah, little bitch so bad she bout to flaunt. Yeah, in the dressing room shit not me. Yeah, told her go get it if she want it. Yeah, see look I really came from nothing. Yeah, ain't get no cosigns, ain't have nothing. Yeah, I bumped it up just like Joe Biden. Yeah, and I don't owe nobody nothing. Yeah, so for no more it's gonna be ballin'. I think I hit a million scholars. But I keep getting that DMA. Damn, I just keep slipping and keep falling. Yeah, I'm going 100 miles and running. Yeah, run up a 7, but I ain't running. Yeah, got that good feeling in my stomach. Yeah, I think I feel a reaper coming. Yeah, these niggas knowing how I'm coming. Yeah, these bitches knowing how I'm bumming. Yeah, fuck every bitch I ever want. Yeah, I'll go and get it if I want. Yeah, I'll go and get it if I want. Yeah, might turn your shooter to a runner. Hey, I turn your vision to a runner. Hey, I'm a boss, these niggas runners. Hey, I'm trying to run up a whole 100. Hey, and know your way cannot hold nothing. Hey, I was done better, I ain't had nothing. But now, I got it back all of a sudden. Hey, I'm going 100 miles and running. Yeah, run up a 7, but I ain't running. Yeah, got that good feeling in my stomach. Yeah, I think I feel a reaper coming. Yeah, these niggas knowing how I'm coming. Yeah, these bitches knowing how I'm bumming. Yeah, fuck every bitch I ever want. Yeah, I'll go and get it if I want. Yeah, I'll go and get it if I want. Yeah, I'll go and get it if I want. Yeah, fuck every bitch I ever want. Hey, so even what we start becoming. Yeah.
Stream 85 plus live channels with no hidden fees. Free.
A new nurse. HCA Healthcare.
It's on passion and pain. Yeah. It's my son. Yeah, they hate you growing. Despise when you up, they dying to see you owing. They thought your future was dim, so they mad that you glowing. Finally reaping the shit that you was sowing. Yeah, I be knowing jealousy is a sin. Shit is like cancer, eat you up from within. You can see it be seeping through their skin. They mad because they weak and don't believe they can win. Me? I don't believe I can lose. That's why when they be doubting me, I'm confused. Anything less than victory, I refuse. They say no, I say watch, I'ma prove. But they don't wanna listen, no pessimistic cowards. They tell you it's too difficult. Judas, give you kisses under the mistletoe. I don't want love if it ain't unconditional. Playing my position, though. General, nigga, street credible. Flow is incredible, nigga. I'm a visionary, 10 steps ahead of you, niggas. This is God's work. Blessings inevitable, nigga. I'm telling you, niggas. It's already been prophesized. I don't know a prophet who ain't been ostracized. I'm from the bottom. So that mean I got to rise. Why would I care how I look inside the imposter's eyes? You ain't qualified to judge me. I'm way too solid. They mad they can't budge me. Envy in their eyes, wishing that they was me. Backstabbing so I won't let them hug me. The thug me would've handled it differently. My youngin' like, please let me handle it instantly. Nah, I'm a grown man. I had an epiphany. Plus I read a lot more. I'm understanding the history. You see, they divide and they conquer. They create the war and then they sponsor. Then tell the world that all blacks is monsters. So some shit I just can't respond to. It's hard, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Swallow my pride, make it harder to breathe. Sometimes just to win, you gotta concede. You gotta be strategic when you trying to lead. You see, they have Malcolm beefing with King. How the hell we beefing? We seeking the same thing. That beefing shit can't bring us equality. That beefing ain't gonna raise the black man's economy. I'm trying to see my youngest living my dreams. Every morning I tell them, you kings, so do things that's gonna change the narrative. Show them we kings, not savage. Stop embarrassing our race and let them know we royalty. Supreme blood, so start moving accordingly. Stop sitting recording these cowards beating ladies. Justifying these cops shooting our babies. Man, this shit is crazy. We justifying our homicide. But Kid Brian, I'm sorry. I apologize. Promise I'ma ride on the front line. And I die before one of them touch mine. It's crunch time. Revolution gonna be televised. Same way black executions getting televised. Stop telling lies to your vision. It's time to make wise decisions. It's time for us to rise. Stand, no sitting down. King, it's time to fix your crown. No sitting down. King, it's time to fix your crown. R.I.P. McKeon Bryant, Dante Wright, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and everybody else we lost in this war. King, stop killing kings. Let's do what we supposed to. Let's get on the court, fix your crown.
When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your A game.
Here we go again.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, man. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love. If you are tuned in right now, make sure you hit that like button, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this show. Share the show. Make sure you share the show. Make sure you like the show. Those are the first two ways you support the stream. You like the stream, you share the stream. Like the stream, share the stream.
Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you share the stream, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat so far. Shout out to everybody that's listening. We here. So like I said, make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all share the stream. Oh, we're going to get into a soul, brother. We're going to get into a salute. Shout out to Dice TV in the building. Shout out to the Bishop in the building. Shout out to Enigma. Salute to everybody that's listening too, man. Yeah, we're going to talk about that soul, brother. We're going to get into it. But like I said, make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all share the stream. Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all share the stream. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe. I've been taking a look at my analytics lately, and I have a nice influx of new viewership, and I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody who's been sharing the show. Shout out to everybody that's been listening, all of my new listeners. I appreciate y'all, but make sure y'all subscribe, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you notified every time I drop some new content. Shout out to the Book of Ronan. Appreciate you, bro. He said, Double M, A Game Nation. You already know. Salute. Shout out to my brother for starting it off and hitting the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. But most definitely, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell so you notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, man. And last but definitely not least, make sure you financially support the show. You could do so by going to CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV. That's CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can go to financially support the show. If you got any questions, any comments you would like me to acknowledge, put it through with your super chat like my brother Ronan did, and I will acknowledge it. All other donation links will be in the chat room. All other donation links will be in the chat room. Now, shout out to the Masculine Mercenaries, man. Salute to my whole A-Game family. Salute to everybody that's tuned in. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I appreciate it once again. Y'all see today's show. Expendable to Everyone. That is today's show. And the reason why I named today's show Expendable to Everyone is simply because that is how everyone, but even us, but besides us, everyone looks at the black man as expendable. This is why I said expendable to everyone. Because we're expendable, brothers. Everyone looks at us like this. Everyone looks at it like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to take him and I'm going to use him. And then when I'm done with him, I'm going to find a way to just get rid of him, you know, and not ever have or show any type of respect or any type of honor to that man. This has been going on with black men forever. Down to the things that we create, we get discredited for it. The ideals we put in society, all of the products we put in society, all of that stuff. We're constantly discredited. We're constantly swept. Our accomplishments are swept under the rug. And it's because everyone looks at us as being expendable. We're expendable. So it's like, why pay them any homage? Why give them the proper credit? You know, why treat them as any human being should properly be treated? Why should we treat them like that when they're expendable? They're just a means to an end. You're just a commodity that's used and abused. And today, I want to let brothers know, man, you have to get you a value system. You have to get you a value system that will assess your spiritual nature. You see? And the reason why I say this is because we have to begin to value ourselves more so we don't allow people to continue to treat us as if we're expendable. See, we can't stop people. We can't say people should stop looking at us a certain way if we don't do anything to stop that image from being put out there. You see, we can't keep saying, you know, the stereotype, the stereotype, the stereotype. Yeah, the stereotype is real. The stereotype is true. But what are we going to do to change that? This is why I say you have to adopt a value system. I will recommend the 10 life value system because the 10 life value system assesses a man's character from top to bottom. Interior and exterior. You see? And if we want to stop appearing to be expendable to everyone, we have to first assess our spiritual value. How do we feel about ourselves? What do we think of ourselves? How do we treat ourselves as men? Individually and how would you treat the next man? Because see, if a lot of us take a look at the 10 life value system and we look at the first 5, which is the internal 5, and we assess our spiritual value as men, our health value, our family value, our appearance value, and our dwelling value, if we just sit down as a group of men and we do this, we can then be able to pinpoint some of the negative things and some of the negative thoughts that we have about one another as men. See, because that's where it starts. It starts in the mind. You know, I don't want to put this out there, but I was writing down an exercise that I have for young men, you know, to introduce a new concept to them. You know, just basically writing down some future stuff that I want to do. And the exercise just involved them sitting down and writing their thoughts about the next man by just sitting there and looking at him. You see? Because we're expendable because we're valuable until we're not needed. But we're needed because we're valuable. It's a mind conundrum. But that's what it is. They try to make us feel like we're not needed, but we are what is value. The black man. We are the standard of this economy. Without us, the economy doesn't even move. And when I say this, I'm saying from a standpoint of black men being the world's best resource, the world's best expendable commodity. You see? You see? See, if old Kevy Kev don't understand his value, if he don't understand his value and don't express his value to the people he's going to be dealing with, he's going to be expendable also. When they get done with him, they done with him. When they done, they done. How do we continue to allow ourselves to be treated in this manner as men? If we know the world values us, that should automatically send a signal to our brains telling us that we have value. Because everybody wants to be us, everybody wants to talk like us, and everyone wants to even use us. Why? But we're also seen as expendable because we don't know our own value. We don't know our own worth. And this is how we stay expendable to everyone. And the reason why I got Mysonne up here is because I'm going to play, it's about 13 minutes, where Mysonne was on Drink Champs expressing what happened between him and DJ Vlad. Now, before I get into the clip, right? Mysonne was cool with Vlad. And as y'all know, Vlad TV is, one of the biggest guys in the game. If you don't, go and look him up. Go and look him up. Vlad is, I can't sit here and act like Vlad ain't doing his numbers. Vlad is just that dude. But sometime, I think it was last year, they were saying that Vlad was a culture vulture and he should be excommunicated from hip hop as any type of historian or anybody that should be respected in the game. And it was because he said something disrespectful about the Minister Louis Farrakhan. And y'all know who Farrakhan is, of course. If y'all don't, he's the leader of the Nation of Islam. And the Nation of Islam has very heavy ties in the hip hop industry because a lot of your, bigger name guys, they are part of the nation. If they're not directly members, they are close associates with the nation. A lot of your big time rappers, they have Nation of Islam security. This is something that the Nation of Islam has been in for years. They got the security contracts, a lot of them on lock. And they've, you know, over the years, they've moved up the ladder to now they in hip hop. You know, some of Jay-Z security is Nation of Islam. And they also, some of his security is also down with Africa Bambaataa, Zulu Nation. And a lot of the Zulus are NOI also. A lot of Zulu members later on became part of the Nation of Islam. So this is how it's connected and tied into hip hop. And shout out to my brother Soul Brother in the chat. He could correct me if I'm wrong. The Zulu Nation ran the Bronx, which is the home of hip hop. You see? So what happened between Vlad was he disrespected Farrakhan. He said that, you know, he said something that was not right. He was out of line and he was told to apologize and take the video down that he said it on. Now, Mysonne, along with a couple of other rappers who are affiliates and associates to the Nation, who was cool with Vlad, they were calling Vlad and, you know, they were telling him like, yo, you got to take that down because for one, you was wrong. And for two, you was out of line. And Mysonne was one of those guys. Mysonne, he was one of those guys that called Vlad and told Vlad, listen, here's what the minister really said, because the clip that you know, drawing your opinion from, it wasn't the full clip. You didn't even listen to his whole statement. So he said he sent Vlad the whole thing, and Vlad was like, yo, all right, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to apologize. And then it was cool. But I'm going to get into the clip so y'all can hear more of the story. But I just wanted to brief y'all on what the whole thing was about. And why do I have Mysonne and DJ Vlad up here in the thumbnail? And I'm going to show you how not to allow yourself to be expendable, man. Because this is what the industry and these guys that are in the industry are looking to do to us, especially when we're standing on certain principles. See, when you standing on this revolutionary stuff, man, a lot of these guys look in and they come and they try to neutralize that energy. You see, and Vlad is one of them dudes. So we're going to get into this. Let me share my screen. Shout out to everybody in the chat too. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Donate to the show. Cash App $SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. This is fair use audio. Fair use audio for educational and teaching purposes only. Let's get into it.
Who was the line? Because that was your man.
Oh, man. That's such a big conversation. I'm so glad you brought that up because I can't wait to give mine.
That was my son's man? That was his man. He was in security, man.
I wasn't in security, but
Man,
I
I'm
was.
saying a
security.
little bit, a little bit.
Because
like up until recent times.
Now notice, first of all, the female voice that y'all hear, that's Tamika Mallory. And y'all know who that is. We gonna get into her a little bit too. Tamika Mallory, because she's Mysonne's handler. We gonna get into that a little bit too. But notice what Nori said. Nori said that Mysonne was Vlad's security. Peep that. Keep that in mind, y'all.
He tried. This is what he does. Hey, let me give you a pound.
A little bit. You know I know my
Give a clap for Vlad.
He's doing his own Vlad TV shit.
Listen, Vlad was his man too. Like,
we all do Vlad.
So let me tell you,
I got love for him.
For about a decade, right? Vlad has been my friend. Was my friend, right?
You don't say friends either about people, so that he really was.
He was my friend. Like Tamika knows, I told her this is my friend. Like everybody who knows this is my friend. I've had arguments with people. I've gotten debates. All of this was my friend because I first came home. You know, I'm fresh up trying to do this. Vlad was like, "Yo, I got an opportunity for you to get a record deal." I had this single that was out, Jim Jones on it. He shot the video for me. He helped me do all this shit. Like, we're gonna get you a record deal. Got some money in my pocket. Was helping me do a lot of shit when dudes who I done shit for in this industry didn't do nothing for me. Dudes that I thought was family. I came home with nothing, didn't do nothing.
Now, notice what he said. Vlad came to him when he didn't have nothing. Vlad came to him, right? When he first came home. He didn't have anything. Vlad told him, "Yo, I got you. I'm going to help you get a record deal." Brothers, you got to be aware of people that come along in that way, and the first thing they want to do is come into your life as the person that was there for you when nobody was. See, you have to be careful of people who posture themselves like that in your life. Because this is how you begin being loyal and riding and having blind loyalty. You don't even know who you loyal to yet. But since you down and they know you down and they giving you little things to make you feel better, and those little things that's making you feel better, they taking that energy from you by making you do shit for them. But see, you don't peep none of this. The whole time, this person is treating you as a throwaway. You really a throwaway. See, but Mysonne don't see this because what? He just came out of prison from one of the lowest places you could ever dwell. Is a prison cell. And this Jewish dude, this Russian Jew, just come out of nowhere talking about, "I'm gonna get you a record deal, Mysonne." Why wouldn't Mysonne protect him? Why wouldn't Mysonne protect him? Why wouldn't he make sure the wolves that he know is out there to get dudes like Vlad? Why wouldn't he keep them off him? Vlad is his meal ticket. You see that? Vlad is his meal ticket. This how he looking at him, because Vlad feeding him. And you know he was Vlad's security because look at the thumbnail. That's why I put that thumbnail up there. You know he was Vlad's security. Look how he's standing behind him. So let's get back into the clip.
From this was one of the first people that just fuck with me. Honestly, wasn't on no bullshit like, yo, I fuck with you. I like your music, boom, boom, boom. And we started having conversations. I'm like, yo, I fuck with the dude. He's a white dude. He don't really know much from the hood. He's not hood, but that's who he is. And he'll tell you, I'm not hood. He got a website. This is what he does. He posts shit. He like, this is what I do, Mice. You know, I post shit, you know, and I'm like, okay, cool. But just understand, you might have to deal with that. Like, oh, I get it. Okay, cool. When you do some bullshit, I'm gonna check you because that's who I am. I'm never gonna let you do some bullshit on my watch and not check you. Boom. But when somebody do some bullshit to you, and I know it's bullshit because they think you're just a white boy, I'm gonna check them. Like, okay, I know you're a white boy. You think it's, but this is my friend, so we're not gonna play that.
Cap. He's capping. He ain't tell Vlad that shit. He capping. He told Vlad, listen, dog, I'm going to keep these niggas up off you. That's what he told Vlad. Yo, Vlad, it's just me and you. I don't care about none of these dudes in here. I don't care if I know them. Right now, it's just me and you. Because when I ain't have nothing, none of them was there. That's what he told Vlad. He's capping. He wasn't trying to save face like he was still down with the hood and no, get out of here, Mysonne. That's cap. Not looking the way you was looking in that thumbnail. You ain't tell him that. Cut it out. Capping.
That either. So that's been my position in this life for a while. So he'll come to New York. If he was when he lived in New York, we hung out all the time. Boom, boom. I knew his family at the dinner, at the table, bring me to his house. Like, this is my friend.
Yeah, real friendship, right?
This is friendship. So niggas can say what they want, nigga. I've never been a nigga you can buy. You can't pay me for nothing. I'm not a sucker. You know what I'm saying? I've never been. Anybody who knows me know I stand on what I stand on. But he exhibited a level of loyalty and friendship to me that wasn't exhibited to people that I thought was my family and friends.
Once again, he said it again. He said that Vlad exhibited a significant amount of loyalty that not even his friends and family ever showed him in the time where he needed his friends and his family. You see? Now, that loyalty was holding him down. That loyalty was holding him down when he need money, making sure he got bread. He ain't running around broke. Know what I'm saying? He probably was renting whips for him, holding them down. Shopping his music, shooting videos for him. This is what this was. See, to a guy like Vlad, right, who just about the bag and about business, he's gonna make you think that that's loyalty. But nigga, that's called an investment. He's investing in you. And he want to make sure that his investment stays still and doesn't go anywhere. Because then that's how he loses money. So he presents this loyalty type of stuff and pushes this stuff to you to have you psychologically wrapped up in what he wants you to do. You see, this is Mysonne didn't see this. He thought Vlad was his friend. You see? Not understanding that the definition of a friend is someone who'll invest in another person. He's investing in you. You think he holding you down. See, brothers, don't ever forget who a person is. Because, see, that's how you become expendable. That's how you get used and abused and then thrown away. And this is what happens to a lot of us in these industries. In the hip-hop industry, in the sports world, in Hollywood. This is what happens because they sell you on this loyalty shit. Because loyalty to them is currency from you. Because if you remain loyal, they'll make more money. We saw that in the relationship and power between Ghost and Tommy. Ghost always wanted to ensure of Tommy's loyalty to him because that's what kept the business going. That's what kept the business going. But you know what also that did? That made Tommy expendable to Ghost. That's why whenever Ghost wanted to charge his ass to the game, he did. And then when he needed Tommy again, he went and rescued him, apologized to him, told him, yo, it wasn't nothing personal and all that shit. Now it's back to business. Let me get you back on board. You see? This is the dynamic. This is the dynamic. This is what you saw between Tommy and Ghost. This is the same dynamic between Vlad and Mysonne. When Mysonne is going to ride for him. Because when he ain't had nothing, he gave him some sustenance. And Vlad knew this because he also knew that Mysonne is a street dude. Mysonne is also a jail dude. So that made his loyalty even much stronger. He just came home from prison. And you feeding me? You gonna help me get a record deal? You putting money in my pocket? I dare one of these dudes play with you. Let's get back into the clip.
Right. And that's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. So for years we went through that. I took flack with him when he did shit. I had beef with Hot 97 when he was talking about all type of shit. Me and Ebro had conversations. Mr. C like, yo, this is my friend. Whatever it is, I get it, but this is my friend. Me and Wack had a conversation. Some shit he did with Ray J. This is my friend. Yeah, whatever. All right, Wack, I hear you, but that's my man. So I'm not letting nothing happen to him. That's just a fact. And this is real shit. Like, nigga, he had real shit, and I had to step in like, okay, I get what you're saying. I'm gonna make him fix that, but I can't let you do nothing to him because this is my friend. So if you cross the line of that, then understand this is still my friend. Right. I've done that on the strength of who I am as a man. The part where he crossed the line for me was in this situation with Minister Farrakhan, right? So when the situation happened, I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? People calling me, blah, blah, blah. I see this on the thing. I'm like, Vlad, what happened? Like, oh, you see what he said? I'm like, what did he say? I don't understand what you're saying he said. He's like, yeah, I just did an interview with, who was it?
D.L. Hughley.
D.L. Hughley. You know, D.L. Hughley said what he wanted to say. Nobody talks about that part. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway.
D.L. Hughley is my friend.
That's her friend. And I know D.L. Hughley, but nobody has called him to the table about what his part in that situation because he didn't even know he had a part in that situation.
Is my friend.
He had a big part in that situation.
And that's that.
That's it. He had a part in that situation. Everybody ignored his part. I guess because Vlad is a white dude that they didn't like. Cool, I get it. And that's right. He's a white dude that they didn't like. That's so cool. So he asked D.L. Hughley some questions. He said this, and he labeled it saying that the minister calls for violence against you. So I'm like, Vlad, where did you get that from? He sent me a clip. So when I see the clip, I'm like, I see the clip, but that's not the whole clip, Vlad. Where did you get this? Oh, he's been saying this. Okay, but what does that got to do with this clip that you just sent me? Because this is not the whole clip that the minister said.
All right.
So I sent him the whole clip. I said, you need to listen to the whole clip because you'll realize that he didn't call for violence. He was talking about something out of the Bible that it says throw stones at evil and this and that, not the Jews, those stones at the evil. When you see him throw stones of truth, not physical stones to hurt nobody, he was using scripture. So when he said, oh, I didn't see this whole thing. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it down. Me and Trey had conversations. Trey called me like, yo, boom, what's going on?
Now, when he's talking about Trey, he's talking about Trey the Truth. He's talking about Trey the Truth. Now, pay attention, y'all. Pay attention because, for one, notice how Tamika keep jumping in and cutting Mysonne off. And Mysonne is just acting like she's not doing it. That's number one. Notice how she could just do whatever she wants. But he's talking about Trey the Truth. That's who he's talking about. All these dudes is connected to Black Lives Matter. Pay attention, y'all.
We got on the phone with him. He said, yo, I'm going to take it down and I'm going to say that out of respect, I'm taking it down, even though I don't agree with a lot of things the minister said, but I'm going to take it down. I said, okay, cool. I can't tell you to agree with what somebody says. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, cool, that was enough. He took it down. Everybody like, nah, you need an apology. Like, yo, he calls me like, Mice, I'm not going to apologize because the situation is something I don't feel like I have to apologize. I took it down. I said I misquoted it. I did everything possible, but people are now trying to make me apologize. Now, when I heard the apology thing and make me apologize, I said to myself, damn, this reminds me of the situation that happened with Tamika when they were saying, yo, you got to say this and you got to say this. And the whole community's like, you need to say this. And I'm like, yo, nobody can't force you to say what you don't want to say. Who gets the fuck to tell you how to talk, right? So this was my thing. I'm like, yo, listen, you don't got to apologize, but you got to right the wrong. You got to take that shit down that says you made a mistake. Now, if you don't want to apologize, cool. I'm not asking you to apologize, right? And he's like, yeah, thank you because it just messed up. So cool, you don't want to apologize, but you got to deal with the ramifications of not apologizing because the Nation of Islam is going to want an apology from you. Now, if you want to deal with what comes with that, cool. He's like, fuck that because I stand on what I stand on and I'm willing to lose friends and everything behind this. So I'm like, okay, that's how you feel. But you fixed the wrong. You took that shit off the thing. You said,
notice, my bad, y'all. Notice he just said, Vlad said he's not apologizing and he doesn't care about losing friends behind it. He was just basically admitting that he don't care about losing his black friends or his black associates that he's doing business with. He doesn't care because what? They're expendable. You see? That's why he told Mysonne that. He was basically telling him, like, listen, I don't care if I'm not apologizing. I don't care who don't like it. We just won't be friends no more. He was basically talking to Mysonne. Because he doesn't value black men. Because black men put themselves and posture themselves around guys like Vlad as if he's their superior. See, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. When you allow a person to come into your life, when you down like that, and you allow them to create this image in your mind as them being this hope and savior and this person who was there for you when no one else was there and all of this, right? What happens is you develop blind loyalty. Then you start ignoring the signs. This is why you notice how Mysonne just skipped past when Vlad told him that he's willing to lose friends behind it. He didn't even notice that he was talking about him because he wasn't talking about none of his white friends. He was talking about guys like him. That's what he was talking about. But he didn't even respond to Vlad and say nothing to Vlad about that because he's sitting there looking at Vlad like, this still my man. Because when nobody else was there, he was there. But everything he gave you, he didn't give you. It's an investment. This is why they preach the whole loyalty shit to you, so you don't never see what it is. This is how you become expendable. Pay attention to what Mysonne is saying. Mysonne is speaking as if he's confused. He doesn't even understand why this is happening, why Vlad is talking the way he's talking, and he's baffled. He's bewildered. It's because he don't even know that he been finessed. He don't even know. He like, oh, I'm just coming home, forgetting that Vlad is an industry dude. And you're a rapper. He's going to treat you as such. You're a broke rapper. So he started talking all of this friend shit, family, yeah, you my man, and all that shit to get you psyched up. Because they know that if you feed a black man, if you clothe a black man and just give him the necessities, he might kill for you. Because people know how depraved a lot of black men are and how much we don't even have a lot of basic shit in order. We don't have an abundance or an excess of basic stuff. So a dude like Vlad could come along and offer a nigga peanuts and hot dogs, and you think you eating steaks. He come and hand you a couple $1,000. You ready to kill somebody for him. Cause you never had nobody come hand you $3,000 at once. This is what people do. And I need brothers to understand to beware of people like this. Beware guys like Vlad TV, these archetypes. See, don't get caught up in the person. Focus on the energy.
You made a mistake. Cool. Now Royce comes up, he had a conversation with him, say, oh, Vlad said, I gave my son money, I done this and that. I'm like, okay, well, why would that conversation come up with you and Royce? Where would that give my son money for what? What have you ever gave my son money from? You've loaned you've done shit for me like in crisis that friends would do because I thought this was my friend. If you call effing like, yo, I need this, I need you to give me $500 right now for some shit that's going on. All right, send it to me. Effing ain't gonna go and say, yo, I've given Nori money because that's your friend, right? This is your friend. So the fact that he had a conversation with a man about money he gave me that wasn't really nothing, $700, like, nigga, we've been I thought we was friends for 10 plus years. So when you having a conversation with another man about what you do for me, I don't even know where that comes from. So that's one thing. Then me and Royce.
Notice what he said. He doesn't know where this comes from. Pay attention. He said, I don't even know where this comes from. He can't even understand why Vlad would even do something like this to him. Why would Vlad even talk about him in that way? He thought Vlad was his friend. This is my man. Notice what he keeps saying. Why would you go tell another man what you give me? He's doing that because he's not your friend. He's investing in you and treating you, like a little bottom feeder. He treating you like a little dirty rapper who's broke, who don't have no jewelry, who just came home from jail. So you gonna come home and I'm gonna put some money in your pocket. I'm gonna buy you some clothes, film you some videos. So now you could want to kill for me. So now I don't gotta pay these security companies all this money. I could just pay him. I could just give him pocket money. At the end of the night, I could just give him a little $500-$600. Even though I done made 10,000. Mysonne going with him to gigs, security in. Why? Because of what Vlad, fed him. This is game, y'all. This is what happens to dudes. This is how you become expendable. Now he talking shit about Mysonne to other dudes. Yo, I used to take care of him. I gave him this. I gave him that. When he didn't have nothing, I was the only one there. This is how this happens. Running around with blind loyalty. Let's play the rest of it.
Get into a back and forth debate about it. Boom, boom.
13 hours on social media. Bro, damn near drove me out of my mind. I couldn't believe it.
On Instagram, we had a live. Trey is calling me like, bro, get off live right now. Trey is texting me like, get off. I'm mad because I'm having a conversation with a nigga and we going back and forth. And I'm like, regardless of what, I'm going to stand on what I stand on. And this is my friend. But obviously, I'm starting to realize I might not be his friend, but by the way this conversation is going, right? Me and Royce like, but why would a man say this? And even though I still had a situation with Royce, you got my phone number. You could have called me. You didn't have to put some shit on Instagram. And that was my issue with Royce. Like, Royce, you got my number. If you didn't have my number and you said, Vlad said he did this for my son, I wouldn't feel a way. But the fact that you got my number, we supposed to have a relationship, I feel you out of pocket for that. So that's really where my whole thing with him is. It ain't even about Vlad at this point. It's about me and you, bro. Just say, yo, you know what? I could have called. No. And he's still standing on. I shouldn't have called you. He said that, so I said it to the world. I don't understand why you think that's okay. So we going back and forth. After I get off the phone with him, me and Trey have a conversation. Trey like, nah, bro, that's my brother. I'm going to take in I'm going to absorb what he said to me, right? Everybody's calling me saying this. I'm absorbing. So I called Vlad. I'm like, Vlad, I just don't understand how a conversation about you giving me money came into a conversation with you and Royce. Like, where did that? Oh, I thought I was having a private conversation, this and that. So I remember. So we going back and forth.
Now, peep that. Pay attention to that. He just said when he confronted Vlad about him saying what he said to Royce. Royce is Royce the 5'9", y'all. If whoever's listening out there, if y'all don't know who Royce is Royce the 5'9". The rapper Royce the 5'9". Royce the 5'9" is also one of these rappers who's cool with Vlad and who has defended Vlad, just like Mysonne. You see? So he's saying that Vlad told Royce that, you know, how he was giving him money and this, that, and the third. And what Royce did was Royce went and put it online. See? To humiliate Mysonne. You see? See how you, and then now he's arguing with Royce as if Royce supposed to care about what happened between him and Vlad. See, because Mysonne thinking with his real dude mind. See what I'm saying? He looking at it like, yo, why y'all dudes talking about me? I thought we were all friends. You see? He looking at it like, damn, why y'all talking about me? I thought we was friends. That's why he called Vlad like, yo, why you even bringing up what you did for me to him? And then he goes to Royce like, yo, why would you put that online? Because Vlad told you that. He thinking that these dudes are his friends and they're not. And this is what happens, brothers, when you don't understand that you're expendable to everyone. You see? People going to use your loyalty against you nowadays. They're not going to use it. They're not going to use it in a proper way. They're not going to reciprocate it in the proper way. They're going to misuse it and then try to use it against you and throw you under the bus because you're expendable. If you a real genuine dude nowadays, most people are out to hurt you. Most people are out to get you because there's not a lot of genuine people out here. So people are out to use that. They're going to use that. And in the end, you're going to be the one thrown away. You're going to be the one that come up on the short end of the stick. You're going to be the one with the less money. You're going to end up broke. You're going to be the one that don't have certain things. Why? Because you're expendable. Brothers, save all that good shit for yourself and the people that love you, man. Like I said, and y'all go check that stream out. Whoever don't love you or whatever don't love you don't exist. So all of that work you putting in, all of that money you saving up and all of that shit, put that into some people like that. If they don't love you, if they don't honor you, they don't exist. They shouldn't get nothing you got. That goes for family, friends, girlfriends, whoever. Whoever. Let's get back. Let's play the rest of this.
I'm like, but what is it that, why don't you feel that you want to apologize? Is there an issue? He like, listen, I said, Nick Cannon, when Nick Cannon got into the situation, he apologized. Yeah. He said, well, Nick Cannon had to apologize because his money was affected.
Bingo. Pay attention. Keep that in mind. Notice what he just said. Let me rewind that, y'all. Let me rewind that so y'all hear this.
Back and forth. I'm like, but what is it that? Why don't you feel that you want to apologize? Is there an issue? He like, listen. I said, Nick Cannon, when Nick Cannon got into the situation, he apologized. Yeah. He said, well, Nick Cannon had to apologize because his money was affected. Right? He said, my money ain't been affected. I had the best month in Vlad TV ever. So I said, so you telling me.
There it go. Now I'm gonna let Mysonne get it out. But there it go. He just dropped the bomb on him. Let's rewind it.
When Nick Cannon got into the situation, he apologized. Yeah. He said, well, Nick Cannon had to apologize because his money was affected. Right? He said, my money ain't been affected. I had the best month in Vlad TV ever. So I said, so you telling me that if your money was affected, so it ain't about principle for you. It ain't about you standing on what you, because you told me I'm standing on what I stand on as a man. Right. So now if that was your money being affected, then you would apologize. So you don't feel that black people affect your money. You don't feel like disrespecting one of the leaders of black community affects your money. So you don't feel like you have to apologize. Because if it affected your money and this was a bad week for Vlad, you would go up and say, yo, you know what, I apologize. That's what you're saying to me. He like, I'm saying, I mean, listen, I'm not saying that, but we got to be honest. If it was affecting my money, I would have to think differently. I said, oh, so you say you want to lose friends. You want to compromise my friendship, throw me under the bus for protecting you as a friend, lose Lord Jamal, all the people, black people who've been holding you down for years because it's not affecting your money. So we just expendable. But if it was affecting your money, you would apologize. You ain't going to affect your money because you know that we got to deal with shit as black people from this community that you profit off every day. You don't give a fuck about that. I said, okay, Vlad, I realize now, you never was my friend. At that point, I realized you're not my friend. You feel like I benefited you in some way, so you kept me around because I don't jeopardize or benefit or take away from your money. The minute that I take away from your money, then you're going to do shit for me that makes sense, right? At that point, I realized we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? He drew that line. It wasn't nobody else. You can't talk me into not being mans with my man. Nobody can. Right. If I call you my friend, only thing that could damage my friendship is you. Nobody can't tell me nothing about you to change. I went to that man and he looked me and he talked to me on the phone and told me that he wasn't going to apologize because it didn't jeopardize his money. Even though it harmed black communities and the people that I loved and people that I looked up to, even though it harmed them, it didn't jeopardize your money. So because I came to you as your friend who you know was frontline with you, willing to take beefs and shit from you and say, yo, this is probably the best thing to do. That wasn't something that you
after he told on Rick Ross, who's still running around with him in New York.
Because I said because he's a citizen, nigga.
He's a citizen.
Rick Ross beat you up. You get him. I didn't think.
Goddamn, I was holding up.
You know what I'm saying? That's your job. Like, listen, how else you gonna get? How else you're not gonna go beat a nigga up? He ain't gonna shoot nobody. So I didn't take it as that. I took it as a civilian. Did the civilian shit?
Take your
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it for yourself. He said how Vlad really felt. He said it. He said, listen, I'm not apologizing because it don't affect my money. If it don't affect my money, if it don't affect the bottom line, it don't affect me at all. And when a man tell you that, you should know right then and there that all that loyalty shit means nothing to him. Because that don't equate to the bottom line. Anything that affects the bottom line is what he cares about. You see? Mysonne said, you was never my friend. No, he wasn't. And a lot of these people, brothers, they're not your friends. You have to understand this. You have to understand that, brothers, we have to be our own agency. We don't have any allies. Why? Because we're expendable to everyone. You heard it come out of Mysonne's mouth. He says, so we're just expendable. Your black friends. We're expendable because we don't affect your money. You see the importance of having a value system, brothers? You see the importance of the 10 life value system? Because we can use this system to assess our lives so we could stop being treated this way. We could stop allowing ourselves to be treated this way. He was never their friends. He didn't care about them. Long as they don't affect my money, we don't have a problem. And that is how he treated them. That's how he treated Mysonne. And notice what he said. He said the reason why Nick Cannon had to apologize because it affected his money. He basically saying, I'm bigger than Nick Cannon. I don't have to apologize to Farrakhan because Farrakhan don't affect my money. Because the people that I'm connected to, they don't give a fuck about Farrakhan. See, I know how to read. I know how to read between shit. You see? That's what he was basically saying. He was basically saying, who's Louis Farrakhan to apologize to? I don't got to apologize to him, but Nick Cannon had to apologize because he offended the people who sign his checks. Farrakhan don't sign my checks. Black men don't sign no checks for me. I sign checks for them. That's what he was telling Mysonne. And you dudes are expendable to me. Because you don't affect change. Because you Negroes want fame. So shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. I appreciate y'all for coming out this afternoon. Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all share the stream, man. Y'all enjoyed the show. Hit the Cash App up, man. Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV. That's Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV. Donate to the show if you enjoyed the show. I appreciate all the love and the support. I appreciate the super chats. If you donated, I appreciate you. Much love to everybody, man. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries. Salute to my whole A-Game family that's in the building. If you're tuned in, if you're listening from the clouds, I appreciate you. If you hit the like button, much love, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content. And as y'all know, this episode and this channel is sponsored by A-Game. A-Game, a herbal male solution. A herbal male solution. This is a solution for us brothers. This is promoting a lifestyle of optimal health for us brothers. A lifestyle of optimal health. So let's join this A-Game lifestyle. You could do so by going in the description box, clicking that link, and at your checkout, type in promo code SHEEP and the number 10. That's SHEEP and the number 10 to get a discount off on your purchase. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries again. Salute to my whole A-Game family. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. I appreciate all the love and the support. And remember, brothers, we are our own agency. We are our own agency. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Okay, we're downloading A-Game's formula.
3, 2, 1.
Oh!